And now our final presenter for the evening, Erica Haskins, CEO of 3 Day Startup.
Good evening, everyone. It's wonderful to see such a crowd. I'm Erica Haskins, CEO of 3 Day Startup. We're an organization with the mission to create economic opportunity through entrepreneurship, education, and support. Since 2008, we've served over 17,000 youth, young adults in 40 countries globally through boot camps, accelerators, and even exchange programs. And through all of that work, we've noted some trends, problematic trends. Local economies are changing at a rapid rate, and so are the demands that it places on the local workforce. However, legacy workforce development programs are stuck in cruise control, not disrupting the status quo. And they're seeing record low engagement, particularly among opportunity youth aged 16 to 24. Young people are starting their professional journeys unprepared for the jobs of today and certainly not prepared for the future of work. And we at 3DS are most acutely aware that more young people need access to entrepreneurship education and startup ecosystems. Typically, you see these associated with institutions of higher education, which are very privileged spaces. And in 2022, Gen Z is telling us 60% of them think higher ed is actually a risky pathway, and they're preferring short-term skill-based programs. All of this is a disservice to our young people and its lost economic potential. Low-income communities and young people of color will take the hardest hit. It's unacceptable. I'd like you to meet someone. This young man's name is Shamor. We at 3DS met Shamor when he had stopped out of his degree program due to the burden of tuition. He needed a job, he had bills to pay, saddled with debt, but the current workforce options available to him did not match the vision that he had for his future. Shamor was disconnected, but he's smart, ambitious, and super hardworking. Gen Z needs a pathway that works for them. So we at 3DS came together and brought our expertise and knowledge to bear for a solution to the problems that we were observing, one that we call Ultrapreneur, or the Ultrapreneur Fellowship. Ultrapreneur is a career and startup accelerator that prepares Gen Z and opportunity youth for the future of work in a rapidly changing global economy. Each fellow completes a 12-week entrepreneurship curriculum program with us. They take a product to market, have a demo day, and they also receive leadership development and are placed in an apprenticeship with a high-growth company. And they exit the program having earned a Google Career Certificate. And we've seen incredible early results. Both the cohorts that we've run, we've retained 100% of fellows from day one. Demand to participate in the program is spiking, and 80% of our fellows have been placed in some type of full-time employment, paid internship, or a full-time pathway immediately following the fellowship. Yes, yes. So here's what we'd like to do. Yes. So here's a little glimpse of where we are, what we need, and the impact that we intend to make. We're asking this evening for $157,000 to seed 3 cohorts of entrepreneurs right here in Austin, which will allow us to fully productize the model and demonstrate that this impact is sustainable over time. And then from there, we'll sell the program as a white label or co-branded solution to education and workforce agencies that are looking to build out their programming. We're confident that in year 1, we can reach 6 partner sites and have a fully profitable program, and then on a rapid growth trajectory to serve 1,300 young people across 20 partner sites in 2026. Tonight is your opportunity to invest in a results-driven model that proves what's possible when we democratize entrepreneurship education for all young people, regardless of your identity, your zip code, or your circumstance. Thank you.
saw you had an 80% placement. Tell me about what kind of paths they're starting to take.
Sure. So the pathways are usually aligned to, one, their apprenticeship, and then two, the Google Career Certificates. So we're looking at jobs in project management, digital marketing associates, data analytics, Android development in some cases. And yeah, so it's pretty purposeful trying to build a pathway from the apprenticeship into one of those full-time jobs.
Quick follow-up. Now that they've been in those jobs for a period of time, what's the retention rate, maybe like a year or 6 months into those jobs? Are they staying in the jobs? And being
So far,
successful?
yes. So everyone that's been placed from those cohorts are still in those places, yeah.
Wonderful.
Where do you source your participants, your clients?
It's kind of a two-pronged approach. So one of it's very grassroots. So we meet them on basketball courts, in coffee shops, at the YMCA, which is a lot of fun to do. And then we've also run some just social media campaigns because these young people are on their phones. Instagram ads brings a lot of applicants to us.
Who develops the curriculum?
The curriculum has been developed internally. Our vice president of programs is a YC alum and a 4-time entrepreneur. We both have backgrounds in education. And then we've also sourced some outside knowledge through 3 entrepreneurs in residence that are serving with us right now. So we're pretty proud that it's a mix of an academic approach, but also just an industry founder perspective curriculum.
You mentioned that they get a Google Work Certificate
Yes.
at the end. I've never heard of this. Can you talk to me about that more?
Yeah, the Google Career Certificates are amazing, and I wish more people knew about them. Some of what I hope you take away tonight. So Google came forward to develop both 5 certificate programs that you can access through Coursera, as well as an employer consortium on the back end that would support saying, like, we verify that we would hire someone from these training programs into our company. And I'm talking Accenture, Amazon Web Services, like big companies in that consortium.
Have you thought about placing them into SDR roles? Infinite demand from tech companies.
Into what types of roles?
The entry-level sales role at tech companies called an SDR.
Oh, yeah, that's great. So Salesforce also has a sales tech certification. I think that that's a great opportunity and something we would definitely consider offering if somebody was interested. Yeah.
What's made the cohorts that you've had special in terms of why have other educational opportunities failed for them?
Sure. This was designed with equity at its core to be a place and an experience that's identity affirming for young people that don't see themselves reflected in entrepreneurial ecosystems. So actually the best example is probably to explain the name. So Ultrapreneur is a nod to Ultra Sheen and Ultra Wave, which are the signature products of Johnson Product Company, founded by George Johnson, who came from humble beginnings and actually was a high school dropout. But through a $500 loan, which I think is about $8,000 today, built Johnson Products Company, which was the first Black-owned company traded on the American Stock Exchange. So we think Ultra means resilience, it means opportunity, creativity for young people.
Thank you, Erica. Give Erica a huge round of applause.